This is my 09 Astra VXR. When this was filmed, I just bought the car. It's a bit disrespected and in need of a service. So I got a bunch of parts and it's time to get them all fitted. Starting with LED number plate lights, because you might have noticed in that first clip that one of the number plate lights is completely broken. So I got these Autobeam number plate lights, which are actually the same as the ones that are already fitted, and got to work popping the existing lights out, fitting the new error cancellers, and replacing the lights with the new ones, checking that they work before popping them back in. And there we go. Much better. And now to get on with the rest of the service. So, as Mighty Car Mods always say, first step, jack up your car using a Halford's low profile trolley jack, which barely fits under the Astra, especially on my wonky drive, and a couple of 2-ton axle stands. It's pretty easy to jack up the Astra. The axle stands can go on the factory jack-in points, and you can jack it with a trolley jack further up from there, ideally using something to protect the sill so that you're not crushing it. And just like that, the wheel's off to give better access to the oil filter. So now I'm taking the oil cap off to help the oil drain quicker, and draining the oil out. Thankfully the sump plug came off super easy, I just didn't have a good video. Pair of oil filter wrenches helps get the oil filter off, although this surprisingly wasn't stuck that bad to say it's probably not been changed in 2 years while the car's barely done any mileage in that time with the previous owner. Lovely black goop everywhere. I didn't manage to keep it clean, unfortunately. And here I've just tasked the girlfriend to tighten up the sump plug. Just nip it up. Doesn't have to be super tight, but obviously not loose. Bit of oil around the seal on the new Bosch oil filter, and that goes on just as tight as you can do by hand. For this oil change I'm using Drivetec, which is a decent brand that do a GM certified oil that meets the standards required for the VXR. And I think the VXR takes 5 litres, which gets it smack bang in the middle of the dipstick in this case. And now I'm just whipping all the silicone hoses off the rocker cover, because that needs replacing, along with the gasket, because there's oil down pretty much every side of the engine when I bought the car. Probably due to the gasket failing or the rocker cover warping, and to avoid taking any chances, I thought I'd just change the whole lot for brand new parts ordered from Courtenay Sport. Taking off the plug for the coil packs, cover for the coil packs, and just 2 bolts, and they come straight out. As you can see, they're a bit grotty, bit of oil on them, probably from the gasket leaking. Once again, 2 more bolts, and the upper timing cover comes off, and then tons of bolts on the rocker cover to get that loose. And every other video doesn't show this step, but there's a plug in here with a metal clip on the back of it. You have to lift the timing cover up to get that off before you can unplug it and then take the timing cover off. Here I'm just using a double-ended tubular wrench with a socket on the end. It's actually a plumbing tool to undo the spark plugs because I don't have a specific spark plug socket. And out they come, pretty easy. 2 of them were just finger tight and 1 wasn't tight at all, which is this in the second cylinder, the one on the left there. You can actually see the grey discoloration on that cylinder where it looks like exhaust gases or combustion gases have come out around the loosely fitted spark plug. And yeah, that one could have been undone without the tool. And if you actually see in a second, it pops out in 2 pieces, which is amazing. Last one. There we go. Balls are all cleaned up. I just use a screwdriver with a microfiber on the end of it. The new spark plugs in, following the instructions on the box, which is so many degrees stop and then another 15 degrees or so. And here's the new rocker cover all masked up, ready to paint. I just used Halford's Body Shop primer Halford's Arden Blue colour match paint, and a Halford's Body Shop lacquer, using a hairdryer in between coats at the advice of a friend who paints cars for a living, and it turned out really nice. Courtenay Sport also do a fitting kit with all stainless bolts and washers. Unfortunately they only sent me 9 washers with the 10 bolts I think it was, so I spent a good half an hour at this point looking around my garage to find a washer that fits. I've got one that's slightly too big, but it's in the bottom left corner I think, and it's hard to notice. And here I am replacing the one-way valve after I've buttoned everything back up, and this is to stop boost from pressurising the rocker cover, which would blow the gasket out and blow oil everywhere and waste all of that work if it was blocked and I didn't replace it. And there it is, all back together. Gave it a quick blast of Autoglim's engine and machine cleaner and hosed it down off camera, making sure to cover the air filter so it doesn't get soaked. And there we have it. Final thing for this little service is the cabin filter, which often gets overlooked. 4 screws to take the glove box out, and the cabin filter's behind there in a nice awkward position. So once you get the cover off, which I didn't bother filming because it was awful, just pulled that out with pliers, and you can see it's all full of leaves and crap. So just throw that away. New one's kind of hard to get in, especially when you're holding a camera with the other hand, but a bit of fiddling, give it a good shove, and it fits perfectly. There's the plastic cover that I took off before. It's just 2 screws holding that in, but they're very awkward to get on, so I won't show you that. And there we have it. That's it for this little service. This week I'm actually getting the gearbox rebuilt and a limited slip diff fitted, and then in the near future the timing belt, aux belt and rear brakes need doing, so look forward to a couple of videos on that, and then the car should be ready to take on track later in the year. Now all that's left to do is enjoy the car. Here's a few clips of me doing just that to end the video. Thanks for watching.